Hey there! Are you gearing up for an interview as an automobile mechanic? You're in the right place. We're going to walk you through some common questions you might face and how to handle them like a pro. Let's dive right into our first topic, which is all about showcasing your problem-solving skills. Could you tell us about a time when you had to diagnose a tricky mechanical issue? What approach did you take? This question is all about understanding your problem-solving process when it comes to complex car issues. Here are some pointers to help you structure your response. Choose a specific example that provides clear context. Break down the issue in simple terms. Walk through the diagnostic steps you used. Mention any tools or techniques you applied. Finish with the outcome and how it was resolved. Let's see how you might craft your answer with an example.
I once dealt with a car that had intermittent stalling problems. I began with a diagnostic scan to check for any trouble codes, followed by a visual inspection of the fuel system and checking the fuel pressure. It turned out that the fuel pump was inconsistent in performance. Replacing it solved the stalling issue, and the customer left very satisfied.
By the way, we're only covering a handful of questions in this video, but I've prepared a free PDF with all 30 top interview questions for automobile mechanic. It also includes example answers and tips to help you prepare with confidence. The download link is just below. Can you share an experience where you worked as part of a team on a challenging repair? What role did you play? This question highlights your ability to collaborate and your role in a team setting. Here are some essential tips to consider when crafting your answer. Select a specific complex repair scenario. Clearly define the role you played within the team. Emphasize teamwork and communication. Describe the repair outcome and what you learned from it. Reflect on how this example makes you a better mechanic. Let's look at an example of how you might answer this.
During a classic car restoration, our team faced the challenge of an engine that needed extensive rebuilding. I stepped up as the lead mechanic, organizing tasks and keeping communication clear among team members. Thanks to our teamwork, we rebuilt the engine ahead of schedule, and the customer was thrilled with the result.
Have you ever had a situation where you disagreed with a coworker over a repair method? How did you manage that? This aims to assess your conflict resolution skills and professionalism during disagreements. Here's how you can structure your response effectively. Maintain calmness and professionalism during disagreements. Listen to your coworker's viewpoint before responding. Explain your reasoning with evidence or experience. Propose a compromise or a trial of both methods. Keep the focus on what's best for the job and the customer. Here's an example of how you could approach this question.
I once disagreed with a coworker about the method to replace a transmission. I listened to his idea, shared my perspective based on past experiences, and we decided to test both methods on a less critical vehicle. This way, we determined the best approach.
When a customer reports intermittent starting issues, how would you go about diagnosing the problem? This question tests your diagnostic process and problem-solving skills in situational challenges. Consider these steps when explaining your diagnostic approach. Ask the customer detailed questions to pinpoint when the issue occurs. Check the battery condition, terminals, and connections first. Inspect the starter motor and ignition system for any faults. Perform a visual check for loose wiring or corrosion. Use diagnostic tools to find error codes or electrical issues. Here is an example of how you might answer this question.
I'd start by asking the customer for specific details about when the car struggles to start, such as after running for a while or when it's cold. My next step would be to inspect the battery and its connections, which are common culprits for such issues.
Imagine you have several cars waiting for repairs with limited time. How would you decide which tasks to tackle first? This question assesses your ability to manage time and prioritize tasks effectively. Here's how you can prioritize your repair tasks. Evaluate the urgency of each repair, focusing on safety issues. Consider the complexity of the jobs. Simple tasks can be done quickly. Assess parts availability, and if any repairs are pending parts. Communicate timelines with customers about their repairs. Create a logical order based on your assessment. Let's take a look at an example response.
I would start by identifying any urgent safety-related repairs, like brake or steering issues. Then, I'd work on completing simpler tasks while waiting for parts on more complex jobs. This approach helps in managing time efficiently and keeping customers informed.
Before we wrap up, remember you can get all 30 questions, example answers, and step-by-step tips in a handy PDF. Totally free. Just grab it below.